to lose a lot. Developed by CDC.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Live from Copple Chevrolet GMC Studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Splashley for 3 with Nebraska women's basketball player Ashley Scoggin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Good Monday night. It's quite the special event. Sometimes the shows line up for you perfectly and you get to do something exceptional. So for the first time on this station that I can recall, we have an entire family here, and I am excited. 402-464-5685, the Starter Heyman text line, Honda Lincoln hotline. You can ask questions, shoot your commentary, get all of that done. If you want to follow the live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, you can see what's going on in station. Of course, it's time. We have the shooter, we have the scorer, we have the sniper, but we have company. Ashley, my dear
Scoggin family.
Yeah.
Whoa!
We have the entire family here. This is exceptional. First of all, thank you guys for doing it. Ashley, would you introduce your family, please?
All right. So in the house tonight, we have my dad, my mom, my brother, and my sister. My mom and my sister have already been on the show, but my dad and my brother have not. So Justin and Craig are on tonight. So my mom's not set up to the headphones, but
we have a full hour.
She'll be able to get on.
We have a full hour.
Yeah, she's just over there dancing in the back.
We have a full. So great opportunity, but I can't bury the lead. So I ask your brother to tell the story of the flight into Lincoln, if you would, please.
So this all kind of started at say 4 a.m. We pull up to the airport and we get a text saying our flight is delayed. So we already had set up all our flights to get here, and our first one being delayed, that set back all of them. So that one ended up being canceled, and then we kind of had to rebook everything on the spot, and kind of had to do that. And $1,300 later, we got here and just watching Ashley now.
So how was flying into California?
Well, for me, it's fine. I don't mind stressful flights at all. I can handle turbulence. I can handle pretty much anything. But other people get stressed and kind of.
Who are those other people?
She's currently not on the mic right now. But
who are you talking about? I don't know what you mean.
That is my mom.
What was she doing?
Well, she was kind of stressing out, texting everybody and wishing them their regards and kind of texting them for the last time, it seemed.
I got this text message that had so many capital X's and O's. I was like, is everything okay? Like, and then I didn't get a response for the next 15 minutes. She's like, we landed, ... I'm like, oh, all right.
So your mom was telling the fog part of this thing, which,
yeah,
listen, you're all greater, stronger than I am, because if I look out my window and we were just exiting the fog and I can see the ground too, there would have been several accidents.
That would have been bad word.
Like it wouldn't have been pretty at all. It wouldn't have been pretty at all. So there's a lot of strength here. Okay, so you get here, and first things first, you got to check in. So Kyra, please tell me how your sister is doing face to face.
Oh man, I remember when I first saw her, I was so excited, and then she's like, "Come back!" we haven't seen each other in actually since Christmas.
It was Christmas,
so it wasn't too long, but
yeah,
we were very excited to see each other.
But I was only home for how many days was I home? I was only home for like 3 days,
like a few days, yeah.
So This is the longest we've been together in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Normally I don't get to go home for that long. And if they come here, it's 3 days. So like this is the longest we've been around each other in a little while. So
All of it for me is having heard you talk about your family
Mhm.
draws a picture of your family in my head.
Right. So how's the picture when you see them in person?
Perfectly matches. It perfectly syncs up. It's like, wait a minute.
So I was really good at describing.
Yeah, like it's
Good, good, good.
this thing, right? You go, okay. Dad is a dude.
Uh-huh.
Like, and dudes
can you-
understand that.
Can you picture him in like overalls and like a Carhartt jacket, like all dirtied up? Or like what did you picture my dad
I
as?
pictured him exactly as he showed up tonight.
Okay. Okay.
Full beard,
Full
hat
beard,
backwards. Yeah,
sweats.
no, this was dead on.
See, but you notice that both my parents are wearing their hat backwards right now, right?
See, again, here's the thing. Here's the thing. What I can tell you, I'm going to hashtag Scoggin swagger. Because
Ooh,
there
okay.
is a thing that happens especially as you are all together. It's not arrogance, it's confidence, it's you all know that you're loved.
Right.
And that's like a powerful thing that happens. So to see it together. And then there's the physical presence. You all have physical presence. People can walk into a room and you can miss them. Nobody's missing any of you in any space. Like you're going to walk in there, going to go, okay, all righty then.
See, I think I told you this on the last show or last week that whenever we would go to AAU tournaments, if they saw one of us, they were always like, "Where's the rest of you?" So like that's kind of like how it is here. They'd be like, "Oh, Ashley's family's here. Where is everybody?" Like if they see me, like they know that they're tagging around somewhere, or if they see one of them, they're like, "Oh, where's the other ones at?" So that's kind of just how the Scoggin family is. Oh yeah, we used to say that all the time. I mean, you're not on the mic right now, but We Are Marshall. Like we used to watch that movie together.
Yeah.
And I remember like when I was younger, my dad would be like, "We Are Marshall," but no, it's We Are Scoggin.
It's a
We Are
thing.
Scoggin. So
It's a thing. So sometimes in a space full of what people assume to be alpha human beings, people who want to be in charge, who are supposed to be in charge, who want to lead, can lead, can't lead. From top to bottom, you all have a thing that would ask you to lead, to actually lead. So let's ask the younger Scoggin. Let's ask, is leadership a thing that is in you, or is it a thing that you had to develop?
So for me, it's something that I had to develop. Being the youngest, they have generally always something to say. And my role was listening. I always listened. I didn't give as much input. So I had to develop that leadership role and saying something when it needed to be said.
Now you're walking into this space where it's your time now, and you're going to set your path and your journey. I can't imagine you being around a program and not being in front of the program. If anybody's ever put you behind in a program or put you in line in a program, they were wrong. So I'll say this for you going forward. If I said to you, you now have the crown, you have to wear it, are you okay with it?
Well, I think it also depends on kind of who you bring up mentors,
Mhm.
kind of the steps that they give you to take. I mean, if someone wasn't a leader and you were following them, you're going to go down pretty much the same path because that's what they know.
Mhm.
So I think them being who they were kind of steered us to be, okay, you have the potential, you have the drive. Therefore, if we give you the knowledge and the experience, it's kind of thrust upon you,
Mhm.
but yet it is you.
Are you comfortable with it?
Well, I think it kind of depends on the person. And at the time before, when I was younger, no, I
Okay.
would kind of lay back, and it was kind of here and there. It would kind of work out or it wouldn't.
Mhm.
But kind of sitting back now that I've gotten older, I'm kind of just it's there, and it's kind of whoever steps up. And with me knowing as much as I do, that's what I want to do. I don't want to sit and let other people dictate what I want or what I can't or can control. So that's what I would say.
From the three of you, who's the toughest?
Oh, me.
Oh,
You got to be quick to answer.
I understand that.
I mean, this is three athletes, and there's friction, and
see, me and Justin always used to fight,
Mm-hmm.
and Kyra would be the instigator and try to be like, "Stop! What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Stop hitting each other!" And like me and Justin would always be like, we would literally get in physical altercations because we were so competitive. Like when we would play 1-on-1, like there was never a winner. Like we always.
Do you play now?
Well, it's been a long time actually since we played 1-on-1. He
It's
was
been a
injured.
while.
I was injured. I wasn't there at home. So like we just haven't played in a while. And so
I would say
I don't
it's
even
kind of
remember
been
the
more like
last time.
helping each other as of lately. We haven't
as
like
we've gotten
really...
older, we help each other a lot more. Like he'll give input, I'll give input.
Mhm.
I'm really excited to see when he goes to school and plays and to see like his progression because like Kyra obviously has went to Slick, and as of right now, he's also going to be going to Slick. So when he starts and he's developing his team and he's kind of being like the leader and coming into his own, like I'm so excited to see that just because like I know he's like so capable of being able to do that just because like the upbringing that like all three of us had, like we definitely have it to give. And I haven't seen him play in a while.
Probably
like,
two years.
It's been like
years.
2 years. So when he like goes to college, like I can't wait for him to kind of go through what I went through and kind of go through that development process. And just be able to see like my younger siblings play because they've all watched me, but I haven't gone to watch them as much. And so I want to be the spectator. Like I want to be able to go to their games and to like support them because majority of the time it's been me. So I'm so excited for when that happens.
Now that you've spent a couple of days in the Nebraska factory, so you've seen the community, you've seen the facilities, you've seen the workload. Is that something you both aspire to? Do you think you belong?
For sure.
Well, I would say it's kind of down to the people and kind of what you see and how much potential things have. I love this place. I mean, I would love to come here. I mean, when Ashley took her visit, you're just looking around and it's just like, it's
breathtaking.
Like
and you guys didn't even get to see everything. They came during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So like when we got here, we didn't go inside the facilities. Like we literally, you know where like Hendrix is, right?
Yeah,
like we drove on the outside. We never went inside. Like we were in 2 vehicles.
So have you taken them inside the stadium? Did you like?
They have never been to the stadium.
But you kind of get a sense
Do
of
you
what the
see his
stadium.
eyes?
You kind of get a sense of the stadium just looking at it.
They've been in PBA and they've been at the practices facility, but they have not been to the stadium.
Would you take them, please?
I'll take them.
Like people. Hey, I need my family to see the stadium. Like this is.
Yeah.
I
need to take them on a grand tour of the stadium. I honestly didn't even think about that. I thought of PBA rather than the stadium. I don't know.
No. There's a reason.
What do you mean?
We're singular in focus. It's all about.
Oh. They've been so worried about like.
I get
the
they said so. They
games.
said that you guys have been. Have they been to practice? So did I hear that right?
Yeah, they've been to practice. Yeah.
Okay. Were they against the wall? Did they have basketballs in their hand? Like, how did that play out?
No, so like they're not on the court, but
they're
the
upstairs in the little.
No, they're still like on the main level.
Okay.
Courtside. We're
But
courtside.
they're courtside, but they're just like one, like not the actual seats, like the bench, just one seat back. You know
Okay.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but they didn't like get.
But they were on the court shooting around. We had.
I was
film
gonna
to-
say there had to be like a
Yeah.
Scoggin shoot around,
Yeah,
right?
like they were shooting around while we had film, and then we went out there after practice for a little bit. So they've been in the gym able to. Justin keeps getting blinded by the lights. He's like, "It's so bright out here. I can't look up."
They are bright.
There are several people that wear the Husker Inn that say the very same thing. That might explain some things.
I mean, it was like that for me when I first got here. I was like, oh my goodness, they're so bright. But you get used to it.
Yeah, you guys are living the life. So when you look at this guy, when you look at it and go, okay, from where I am to where Ashley is, how long or short of a bridge is that for you?
Like timeline wise?
Work wise.
It's a lot of work needs to be put in.
Okay.
Because from my injuries being that young, I didn't get a chance to develop my game because I lost a lot of time. So I got injured to my freshman year and then played my sophomore year, got injured junior, then didn't play senior year. So there is a lot of development that needs to be done, but I know that I'm willing to put in that work and get to the spot.
We have the entire Scoggin family here, and we've got the siblings on currently. Next segment we'll have mom and dad on and let them go deep, and that's going to be pretty interesting. I will ask you both to do a scouting report on your sister's weekend. What kind of weekend did she have?
You go first.
Honestly, when I first walked into the gym and I saw all the fans, it was my first time with the fans there. So it was very breathtaking. And I remember Ashley described her like first time playing in front of fans, and she was like, oh my goodness. She was so nervous.
I was so nervous the first time.
Yeah.
Well, you should be.
Well, like opening, I'm glad that we have like the little like the exhibition games and like that stuff because I got all my jitters out the way.
Yeah.
Opening night, I was so jittery I couldn't stop shaking. I was like, oh my goodness, there were so many people. Never played in front of this many people before.
You were more locked in Sunday than you were the previous game.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you how I knew. You spent more time looking at the basketball.
Oh yeah.
Than you do. It's a coaching thing, and I'm just going, what is going on with her right now? Like she is in her head, and it's not necessary. Like and when I saw you Sunday, I wanted to just come back down and go, let it go. Like whatever space you're in, let it go.
Yeah.
And a guy was standing next to me, and he listens to the show. And Brian, I'll say hello for you. But he said, what's up with Ashley? She looks like she's moving differently. And there it was.
Yeah.
So people are paying attention.
Oh yeah, they always pay attention.
Now,
a lot of people pay attention when you don't know they're paying attention. So,
this was the best possible way because they're being fans and they're not being weird about it. But it's okay.
Yeah.
You got us to buy in, Ashley. Now we're paying attention. Can you handle it?
Yeah. And
you made your three, and he literally ran over. He ran over from where he was to high five me. He goes, "Woo, that would have been a tough conversation." So she went over from 3. Yeah.
Well, see, but sometimes, I mean, Steph Curry goes, I mean, what, 1 for 10, 1 for 12. Like sometimes I'm not going to make every single shot.
I love what Steph said. Somebody asked him this just this week that, well, you know, what's going on? Why the slump? And he goes, nobody wants excuses. Nobody cares. I need to do better.
Right.
And I just went, okay, that's why you're Steph Curry.
The power of expectations of being one of the better shooters is always a positive and yet a negative because it's always every time you step on the floor, 50%, but yet every game's different. Every time you step on the floor is different. So, I mean, it happens. And so
I did. The funny thing is that literally everybody around kept going, well, keep shooting. And you passed up 2 open looks and they let it out.
Yep.
Shoot the ball, girl. And I just went, wow, they are connected to this thing. So
yeah. Well, you can, I mean, even like the first shot I shot, I think Kyra has a video of it and you hear everybody go, ah. Yep. And it happens every time if I miss it.
Well, here's the thing. You're what, top 15 in the country shooting the ball?
I think, top 15 or 20.
Don't low-key that.
Oh, I'm not too worried about it.
Don't low-key that at all.
Top 15.
Like,
nation.
Come on. Think about it. 3 years ago, if somebody said, hey, you're going to be at Nebraska, and you guys are going to be 15-4, and you're going to be one of the top 15 shooters in the country. If you told me you expected it, we're gonna make some bets. We're gonna go to Vegas and we're
Wait.
gonna make some bets because
No, like I definitely know, like I'm capable of that. Like I think like all the work that I've put in, I'm like that's one of my goals that I had. I was like I want to be one of the top shooters in the country. So like I want to hold myself to that.
Isn't that why
So-
you're shooting top 15 and 20 right now? Is because you're capable of it?
Yeah.
you're putting in the
capable.
work. You're
Yeah.
putting in the work.
So
So
you know, I'll make my shots. The averages are gonna average.
well, that means I hate to put this on Rutgers, but geez, you owe a few. So if I'm them, tiptoe into the building. It could be a tough one. I'm gonna bring Nick back in. We have to give equal time to the parents and do that. Thank you guys
Thank
for
you.
Thank
coming
you.
in and hanging out with us. We'll throw it a break. We'll come back. The parents, Mom and Pop, Scoggin, they're here. 93.7 The Ticket. Splashley for 3.
Every time the back door closes, it squeaks and reminds me of how I used to go out back for a cigarette 2-3 times a day when I was stressed, when I was hungry, when I was bored. But then I think of how the stale taste lingered in my mouth, and I reach into my purse and pop a stick of gum. And the craving is gone.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
Partly to mostly sunny skies and incredibly mild temperatures. Again, we'll top out near 61 with a southwest wind at around 10 to 15. Increasing cloud cover tonight with a low of 30. A cold front moving through the area tomorrow drops our highs down into the lower 40s. And by Wednesday, we may not make it out of the teens for highs. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Casey's General Store is giving you the chance at winning 2 free tickets to a Nebraska home basketball game this season. Stop by any Casey's location in Lincoln throughout basketball season. Enter your name into the registration box, and you'll have a chance to win 2 tickets to an upcoming Nebraska basketball game. Every drawing will occur at least 24 hours before the game that has its selected winner. So make sure to get to any Casey's in Lincoln today for your chance at 2 free tickets for Nebraska men's basketball games.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 330 North 48th Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Winter is upon us. Is your home prepared? If your furnace isn't keeping up or you've thought about replacing it, John Henry's has a new year, new unit special. When you purchase a select heating and cooling system from John Henry's, we will give you the furnace for free. There are also equipment and LES rebates up to an additional $850. This offer expires February 28th, so don't miss out. Find out more at jhlincoln.com or give John Henry's a call or text today.
435-5555. Do you know the signs of an opioid overdose? Talk to your physician and pharmacist about naloxone, a drug used to safely reverse an opioid overdose. I'm Dr. Rob Rhodes, a Nebraska family practice physician. Be Opie Ready and download a free overdose support tool, the Opie Rescue app. Search Opie Ready for more information.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff@brokersinsurancene.com.
Hi, this is Sean Callahan with Coppell Chevrolet GMC. New vehicle production has been increasing, but the lots will not be filling up anytime soon. In fact, most vehicles are being pre-sold and are leaving the same week as they arrive. If you want your new Chevrolet or GMC, this is a great time to build a vehicle and place an order. Our sales team will work right with you to build the exact vehicle you want. At Coppell, we appreciate your business and sell vehicles at a fair price. So come check us out or visit us online at CoppellCars.com.
Now back to Splashley for 3 with Ashley Scoggin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Look at her go. Look at her go. Ashley's
Hey, I'm
learning.
I'm
Ashley just
learning.
learned. She's learning how to run the board. So this is good stuff. Splashley for 3. We have the entire Scoggin family. We talked to the young folks, and now we're going to talk to the parents. Let's bring them. Ashley, introduce your parents to the folks.
Alrighty, well, obviously you guys have heard and seen my mom on the show previously, but if you haven't, her name is Chrissy. She is the OG mom. And my dad is Craig. He has not been on the show yet, but he is in the house tonight. So we are so excited to have them.
The folks are active. Aaron North is a fan. He's on the text line. He says, your release is so quick, hard to stop. He goes, I see you driving a little bit more. Great to see it. And then there's several let's go on the text line. Folks are just shouting out and saying, okay, come on through. So this is fun for me because all of the student athletes at the University of Nebraska are products of a household, and they're products of a belief system. They're products of a work ethic. And often we can evaluate the parents by the young person. The greatest compliment I can give you is that if you look around this room and look at what you have put into the universe, you can be proud of yourselves. Job well done. This is an amazing thing you've created. And not just Ashley, but your entire family. This is a work of really good stuff. And I want to say that to you out loud.
Well, thank you.
We appreciate it.
You both, we talked a little bit about mentorship before the show, and you were telling a story about how it affects you and why it's in your heart. I'd ask you to tell that story again.
Well, when I was young, I had a friend, and he filled a lot of voids that my dad did not. My dad taught me how to work. He worked hard, but fishing, hunting, that wasn't things that he really had time for, or watching sports, helping me with my sports. So Tom filled that void. And one time when we were on one of our trips to Idaho to fish, I told him, and this was after years of him paying for my meals, paying for my fishing licenses, teaching me how to tie poles and make fishing poles, being at my home 2 or 3 nights a week after fishing, and just years and years since I was 8 years old. And I was in high school at the time. And I said, Tom, one of these days I'm going to pay you back. And he said, well, Craig, he says, I'll tell you the same thing my uncle told me, because my uncle did the same thing for me. He took me everywhere. He paid for me. And he said, just find someone and do it for them. And our family is a product of that.
It's obvious that you guys are connected in a unique way, and it's not just family. It's you guys actually enjoy each other, which is pretty cool to watch.
Most of the time.
Well, I mean, look, if it was all the time, I would know that you're all aliens and that you have failed miserably at hiding that. What I would say now is the fact that you're putting not only your young people through this, but as a coach to be able to pass this stuff along to folks who are speaking in your voice, no matter what they're doing. We talked about the power of coaches and that sometimes it is either misidentified or misused. For you, what was your coaching philosophy for the young people of other parents?
Well, for one, I took it serious. I mean, I was all in. I mean, it didn't matter how long it took, where you had to be, when you had to be. I always looked at it as an honor. It should be an honor to be called coach. And I took that very, very serious. And to me, it didn't matter what level you were at. Like, I'm going to help you be better. I'm going to support you. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to be there. And, we, at one point, we did our own basketball club. And we would meet with the parents. Weekly, we met with each player individually. And when we met with the parents, we also brought in their child, right? And one of the things that we found is that the parents' goals very rarely were the same as the kids' goals. And sometimes they would almost get into it while they're like, no, mom and dad, or no, this is what I want. And they're like, are you sure? Very rarely was it on the same page. And so for us, we tried teaching them and helping them. Okay, we need to be on the same page or this is not going to work. And so we tried to make that triangle of, okay, how do we meet everybody's needs here? It was a challenge.
Well, you found a way because it shows up. I can speak to it shows up in Ashley that you guys have put directional thinking, like purpose, plan, mission, having standards to go with that, like setting a standard to the work. Like there are people that say they work hard. They don't know why. They don't know why. And it's a lot of wasted energy. But you guys have managed to do that. Is that purposeful? Would you call that purposeful?
Absolutely. There's a means to an end. Absolutely. It's not practice that makes perfect. It's perfect practice that makes perfect. That's Chris Paul. And there is an objective in the end. It's
Well, you guys had always asked what do you really want?
Right.
So I think a lot of the times when you guys would ask, you're like, okay, is this something that you want to do in the future? But how are you going to go about actually getting it? There's goals within the goals and there's steps along to that. So I think even from a young age, I don't think not all three of us fully understood the magnitude of it until we got older. But a lot of the times, even now, you guys are okay, so if this is what you want, what do you have to do to get it? And I think that was a big principle that they had taught since we were little. Okay, if this is something that you really want, you can't just say that. You have to do all the steps in order to achieve it.
I'll ask both parents, what's the most important thing for Ashley's success? If you have point to one thing and say she's doing well or she's not doing well, this thing is going to be a thing you can go to pretty quickly.
A number one.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I think.
Go ahead.
Mindset.
Justin's over there shaking his head.
It's that Kobe Bryant style mindset.
Mentality.
I mean, just being confident with that. I think staying true to my own abilities.
Your own standard is
important.
important.
in my own standard. I think when I stuck to that, I've done way better than even I thought I could, or I succeeded what my thoughts were. So I think if they were to say if it was one thing, that would probably be the one thing.
Well, okay. Okay. A person has to believe it before they'll achieve it. And getting an athlete, that's why when I heard that Nebraska had a sports psychologist, we just met him last night. And
Well, you guys knew that I had talked to him before, but they hadn't actually met him yet.
But most people don't understand how powerful that is in terms of athletes overcoming their self-imposed limits.
And coaches.
Thank you.
And
Amen
coaches.
to that.
And coaches. How was the meeting with the team? Well, I mean, that's big. This is the person that is not only getting into the head of your daughter, but planting seeds.
Well, honestly, like I saw him out on the court. I didn't know who it was.
Okay.
He's shooting hoops, right? And so then we were in the training room. He comes by, kind of in and out. So later I asked Ashley, I was like, who was that? And so she told us. And I'm like, just so you know, when I see him next, I'm going to flick him some crap. And so I did. Like, Brent, like, you didn't introduce yourself. Like, we had no idea, like, who you were.
Right. It's Brett, Mom.
Brett, sorry.
Yeah.
Sometimes Brett,
It's okay.
And so we met him. It was a pleasure. But I definitely had to, in our meeting, like, it was
informal.
It was very informal. Yeah. So we actually haven't got into anything deep for sure. So
well, that's good and bad, because that space between our ears is very important, as we said. We got to take care of that.
Brett is really good. I really like him. He's like, if I ever need a spot just to go to and talk about things that I may be struggling with, or just to update or whatever, like I can go to him. He's really good.
Mom and Dad, your impressions, the good things that Amy Williams does.
Defensive specialist is something that, watching practice, that's one of her things. Like, she takes it very seriously. And
it's accurate and it's good.
Yeah. And if the girls, she's right there. She's on it.
When you first met Amy, what was your first impression?
In person or on Zoom?
Well, yeah.
Because I never went to campus or anything. So the first time,
So your recruiting was done over Zoom?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And through your meetings, your first meetings were through Zoom?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So now, Tom, what did you think of her? That's fantastic. Like,
the first thing is, it's Nebraska.
Right.
Okay. It's big.
This is
actually
Husker Nation.
Actually, you guys had talked on the phone, I think, before the Zoom call, because I had spoke with her a few times before then.
I thought it was a Zoom call.
Are you sure? It was
Very
a Zoom
first
call?
time. Very first time was Zoom.
You talked to us as a family on Zoom when she offered you the scholarship. That's the first time.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, never mind. I had spoken to her before they had met her.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the first conversations are during the offer. Oh, we're living in a different world. Okay, that is.
Well,
it's COVID.
But my process was way not ordinary at all.
Yeah, we've talked about that, but it's fascinating that in this day and age, pandemic included, that parents and coaches and student athletes aren't having those initial conversations. That's a big part of you handing your daughter over to a coach and a program.
But they came off so
See, but like with my academic situation, that was one thing that surprised us, because when I transferred, obviously I was at SLIC for 3 years. So degree progress wise, I was not at 60% yet and where I needed to be in terms of earning my degree.
Okay.
So when I got here, when you're at your third year of being in school, obviously you have to be to that 60% point. Well, I wasn't there yet. So
what was required?
I
first?
had I had to take 12 credits during the summer
Okay.
when I first got here in order to be eligible for me to play in the fall.
And was that was in the pandemic as well, right?
That was during COVID.
Okay.
So once they kind of had found that out, Dennis LeBlanc, which is one of the guys, I'm sure you know him.
Yeah.
He was on the phone talking to everybody and their mom about, okay, what degree can she go into? How many transferable credits are allowed? Like, my academic situation was not normal. So they had to figure all of that out just in order for me to be considered to be recruited,
eligible
to even play.
So you did not go through the clearinghouse, the academic clearinghouse first before recruiting?
No, I did. I was all
Okay.
all through that.
Okay.
It was just the fact that I was at a JUCO that did not offer certain credits that I needed to be able to get to that degree point. Well,
come on, Salt Lake.
So
No, I mean, there's no community college that offer those high level.
Unless you went to a community college in the state of Nebraska. Is that the?
Yes.
Okay.
So, obviously I was out of state, everything like that. So they were behind the scenes doing all that work. And I had talked to her a few times, but they were like, okay, in order, for us we just need to know if this is going to be a good chance to move forward before, because obviously they wanted me as a player.
Mm-hmm.
It was also that too. So I had two separate
Well, they're not going to bring you here if they think you're going to flunk out.
Right.
That's just
right. And it wasn't even grade wise. I had good grades,
Yeah.
but they had to go through all of that. And then even during COVID, I was still in school at Slick. So I finished with my classes at Slick and I was enrolled the next week in 12 summer credits here.
She was the first one.
I was the first one.
I don't remember the name of the program.
Yeah.
But she was the first one.
They had put a program together for incoming transfers that would possibly be in the same situation as mine to benefit from coming in that summer, take your 12 credits to be eligible to play in the fall.
So is that what they're using now for folks in the transfer portal?
I have no idea.
I would imagine that it is.
But
you had to be up front,
Yeah,
I mean, if you're gonna go first. Yeah,
So they worked very hard to be able to do that, to get as much transferable credits as possible. And then once they had kind of figured all of that out, then it was okay, now we're moving on to when do you get here? We're offering, I committed May 2nd. I was here May 19th.
That's pretty good.
That's fast.
That's pretty good.
With not even visiting, with not even
Then I have to. We'll go to break, but when we come back, I'll have to ask that process for the parents. That's moving pretty quickly in a slippery slope and a bit of an unknown. So how you got through it, I'll ask about that when we come back.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric always makes safety a top priority for our home and office. In under just 1 hour, their team installed the state-of-the-art air scrubber system directly into our existing HVAC ductwork. This technology purifies the air and reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses, creating a safer breathing environment for my family. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Hey, Steve. Welcome to Great Clips. Great Clips asks, what's the difference between good and great? Come on back and have a seat. Good asks you what haircut you'd like. I have all your details from last time. Would you like the same haircut today? Great already knows. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details so you can get the same thing as last time, every time. Download our online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Casey's General Store is giving you the chance at winning 2 free tickets to a Nebraska home basketball game this season. Stop by any Casey's location in Lincoln throughout basketball season. Enter your name into the registration box, and you'll have a chance to win 2 tickets to an upcoming Nebraska basketball game. Every drawing will occur at least 24 hours before the game that has its selected winner. So make sure to get to any Casey's in Lincoln today for your chance at 2 free tickets for Nebraska men's basketball games.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 330 North 48th Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
Partly to mostly sunny skies and incredibly mild temperatures. Again, we'll top out near 61 with a southwest wind at around 10 to 15. Increasing cloud cover tonight with a low of 30. A cold front moving through the area tomorrow drops our highs down into the lower 40s. And by Wednesday, we may not make it out of the teens for highs. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Our public school teachers want every child to learn, grow, and succeed. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the NSEA. School's in session, and it's key to build a partnership with your child's teacher. Visit with them and ask for an overview of your child's strengths and areas for growth. Ask for recommendations for activities and opportunities so you can work with your child to harness their strengths and address their challenges.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Winter is upon us. Is your home prepared? If your furnace isn't keeping up or you've thought about replacing it, John Henry's has a new year, new unit special. When you purchase a select heating and cooling system from John Henry's, we will give you the furnace for free. There are also equipment and LES rebates up to an additional $850. This offer expires February 28th, so don't miss out. Find out more at jhlincoln.com or give John Henry's a call or text today.
435-5555. Now back to Splashley for 3 with Ashley Scoggin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A producer is born.
I lowered it.
So then you get to find out, right? There you go.
I lowered the wrong one.
There you go. No, it works. It works. It works.
So cool.
No, there we go. So that's the end there. So Nick wouldn't have anything to say.
You said 1 through 4. I hit all of them.
Yeah, get them all.
That's what that glass window's for.
Yeah, that's why it always glass.
I just was like, oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's 5.
So Ashley, what do you want to disclose about your parents while they're here?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because I'm going to ask them to disclose something about you.
I don't know.
See, I'm going to ask them.
I don't know what to disclose.
I'm going to ask them to tell Husker fans something about your daughter that they don't know.
Or haven't seen yet.
Well,
I know where I'm going.
Here we go.
Oh, you go first, boy.
I'm still trying to think of mine.
When Ashley understands and comprehends what she's capable of on that basketball court, they will be a 50% better team. That's what I know. And believes in and goes in it, acts on it. So that's what I know.
And believes in herself.
I already knew that's where he was going with it.
Dude, you've got a great team. That's a great team.
Yeah, we do.
This
is probably like the best team I've been on.
Oh,
ever.
I mean, and
1 through 5. 1 through 5.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying all the positions.
Yeah,
I'm not even saying
boxes.
5 players.
And the other thing is, you've got a coaching staff that cares.
Yeah.
You've got a coaching staff that wants the best for you guys.
Yeah. And it like off the court too.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was going through the process we were talking about earlier, like that was a huge thing for me. Like I wanted to go somewhere where I could just chill in their office and just watch film or just, ask them how their day is going. And, because like in a lot of places, like that's not a thing. And to me, that was very important. And I think that kind of speaks volumes. And I think you can tell that when you're out there and you can see how much like they want all of us to succeed. And I think that comes out with everyone.
The great measure for me is when I watch you guys play, what I hear is simple vocabulary between coaches and players. Right? The same verbiage is used between 5 players on the floor, and then communicate from coaches to players that it's real simple. It doesn't take a whole lot of verbiage for you guys to change direction and change energy, which means they've connected to you.
Yeah.
And that's good. Mom, what's a thing about Ashley that Husker fans don't know?
What, that I run heavy equipment or something?
Oh, we already know that.
See, but I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't know what you would say.
Do they not know about you?
That I've made 97 out of 100 threes.
Actually, I thought it was honestly 93 out of 100. And that
93.
was like
It was 97 or 93.
Catch and shoot.
Catch and shoot.
Quibble over 4.
I mean,
like they missed the layup on this thing. It's like, wait a minute, you're in a space that most humans don't understand. I've been around basketball a long time. The number of people who do 90% of anything in basketball is rare, super rare.
True enough.
So to say that 93 or 97, where was this? Where was this event? Where was the shooting exhibition?
In Oregon.
Yeah, I was at one of our gyms back home
where we work out.
Yeah. Yeah. If mom took 100 shots, what?
All 3 of our kids. Okay, now give me a second.
Okay.
Give me a second.
I hear an explanation coming.
Okay, they are all 3 better shooters than me.
But scoring.
Okay.
Okay.
Will to win?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, do they love to win? Yes. Do they hate to lose? Yes.
She just thinks she's better
But
than us in that
I
category. She can say that, oh, you still have, you hate to lose. I just hate to lose more.
Well, there's one championship in the family.
Okay.
Okay,
Mom
and I
has it.
noticed you didn't say anything a couple weeks ago about, I had to go community college. I didn't have grades coming out of school till my senior year, right? Okay. And we lost 3 times in 2 years.
Wow.
And for the longest time, like, we held the record for the most wins.
I want to know what you would have been like if you went to a national JUCO, because you were in the NWAC.
Oh, and I mean,
I do want to know.
Like, I was a baller.
I know. We're never going to know. But
and I had a knack to score.
But ballers know ballers. Like, it doesn't matter where they
Yeah.
play. Some of the best players I've ever played against were guys that played at like Shawan and places
Yeah.
you've never heard of.
Definitely.
Right? You go in and you go, okay. I mean,
Like,
from
dang,
a baseball
that guy can
standpoint,
really hoop.
we went down to Florida, and Seminole Junior College beat us. Like, why are you here? Like, why did you show up? We went and beat Florida State and then lost to Seminole Junior College. So we understood. It was like, okay, the world is off.
Yeah.
So the best scorer is Mom. Is that what we're hearing?
I wouldn't say so.
No.
What are you?
No.
What?
I think score is Justin.
Hey, this is like the Michael Jordan versus LeBron argument.
This is why we have it.
Okay,
Because it
so-
always lets people identify who they are.
I'm definitely the better shooter.
Okay, we've already talked about this, but
This has to happen. This
okay,
has to
like
happen.
I definitely had the most steals too. Like,
I will say Mom was the most ultimate. Okay.
Because Dad, you've seen everybody. So
Yeah,
you
you've seen
could
everybody.
Okay, so those two's will to win
Mhm.
are with Chrissy and Ashley. They are somewhat carbon copies that way.
Okay.
Before Ashley got injured her
Mhm.
first time, when it came down to the end of the game, if there needed to be a steal made or something happened, she'd just go do it. It was just as good as
or a
done.
rebound. It didn't
Or she
matter.
was going to go down swinging. Period. End of story.
It's shown up. It showed up against Iowa when you had 3 starters out, and you elevated your game. You elevated your presence. Listen, let me say this: I don't know when you guys are coming back to Lincoln, Nebraska, but we need to do this again when you do. It's been an absolute joy to meet you all.
We appreciate you having us.
It's an honor.
This is
We'll be here anytime, any day.
this is good for everybody.
They'll be back.
Yes, they will. And we'll see you tomorrow. Are you guys going to stay for the game?
Of course.
Okay, then I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow night at PBA. We'll do that. We'll throw the break when we come back. The deep end. The deep end. What is let's talk
Because
about?
this kid can score.
Yeah, that's right.
She
We'll
had the experience.
we'll get them. We will get them. More 93.7 The Ticket weeknights when we come back.